You know, what a lot of people don't realize is that sobriety is the same thing as addiction in reverse. And if you apply the same principles that got you down the road of addiction and all the problems that go with it, if you apply those same principles to sobriety, you can beat your addiction. Now, what does that all mean? It has to do with consistency. You consistently drank on a regular basis, maybe for months, weeks, years, and maybe even decades in some cases. You very rarely missed a time where you didn't drink, and that escalated. Those 2 or 3 drinks 10 years ago became bottles, later on, or those 4 or 5 cans of beer became cases, within a day or two, or some people drink an entire case in a day. It escalated, and that consistency created your addiction. Now, let's carry this a little further and explain how you can apply sobriety in the same way. And it really is that simple. Sobriety applied it correctly is just addiction in reverse. So, stop drinking means first thing you have to do is go to a detox. You go to a rehab for 30, 60, 90 days. And then when you get out, you consistently go to AA meetings, Smart Recovery, Life Ring, maybe if specifically for women for sobriety. You go to some group therapy or maybe even a local group therapy. You do it consistently. You hang out with people who don't drink. You make decisions that don't impact that don't impact the probability that you're going to drink. You take a different route home. If you're in a grocery store, don't go where the liquor is. Don't drive past the liquor store, go around where you were. If you make these consistent decisions on a regular basis, your life of sobriety will await you. It's that simple. So at the end of the day, sobriety is no huge secret. There's no mystery to it. You got to do the work. And if you have someone in your life who's either an addict or they have suffered from alcohol use disorder, they need to do the work. And if they're not doing the work, if they're not going to a group meeting every day, well, then they're lying to themselves, and they're lying to you. And if they're not going for the right reasons, in other words, they're just doing it to pacify the people in their life, well, that consistency is irrelevant. You have to go for the right reasons and then include not drinking. Sounds simple. It really is that simple. It's about making a decision, a commitment, and making it the 100% most important thing in your life. If you're going to commit to sobriety, there's only one way to do it if you're going to be successful, and that's 100%. Period. End of story. On that note, the problem really arises when you've had somebody who's been drinking for years or decades, because their ability to make those kind of decisions, even to be in the realm of sobriety, diminishes greatly the longer and the more volume that they've ingested into their body. It's a progressive disease. It only gets worse. And this is what drives families crazy, because when you have an alcoholic who becomes defiant in gaslighting and has become part of their identity, there's only so much you can do as a family member. And realizing that their sobriety is as simple as making it a decision, but it has to come from the alcoholic. So to make it simple for families, that's what must happen. It has to come from the alcoholic. As much as you push and scream and yell and shout, it's not going to make a whole lot of difference in most cases. So really, the gist of this video is to realize that if you're in an alcoholic's life, your ability to influence that person is pretty slim. In most cases, but you can force the hand if you do unite, and that can be a complicated issue, but sometimes it's a last-ditch effort. And again, please like, share, and comment. We also have a Facebook group called Amanda, A Cautionary Tale of Alcoholism. It's become a very good support group, and also I have a complete coaching program if you want to work with me one-on-one. And again, the links are in the bio. You can go to the link tree and set up a Zoom call. And again, thanks for listening.